Poetic Vogue at Alice. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And also to my ladies, happy Women's History Month. Make some noise for the ladies in the building. Yeah, it's going to be a great night. You know, it's lucky month. Luck is in the air. I got the green pants on. I'm feeling great. I hope you guys are feeling good. We got a great set happening for you guys tonight. We have Zeta Stu taking the stage a little bit later on tonight, but we also have an incredible open mic sign up going already. I'm pretty excited. I see a lot of actually seasoned poets in here. It's honestly very refreshing and it's very nice because this is going to be a very, I can just tell this is going to be a great night. It's going to be incredible. So, you know, I really wanted to go over like house rules and things of that nature, but it's like I'm looking at everybody that's in here and I'm like, I know everybody in here knows what's up already. So is it cool if I skip all the pedantics and all that type of stuff? If that's cool, can I get a cool? Cool. All right, we jumping straight to it today. I heard what you said. All right, that's cool. That's cool. All right, so we got an open mic list starting. We're damn near full actually already, which is crazy. But yep. Insane. But before we get into all of it, I know we're getting the vibes flowing, everybody's still getting cozy and settled in and stuff like that. And you guys have to listen to me all night, so I'm about to do a piece of my own. If that's cool, can I get a cool? Ooh, all right, sweet. This piece is a work in progress that actually Nick Fury was going back and forth with me a little bit about today before you guys got here because it's one of those pieces where, you know, it's very touching, but also with that being said, it's one of those ones that I keep working at, and I don't know how to leave it alone, but I'm trying to leave it alone, so I'm gonna do it. Yeah, literally, it won't leave me exactly, and it's about my monsters too. My monsters won't leave me alone, man. That's okay. So yeah, without further ado, this is Monsters Inc. I've been having trouble sleeping at night because I'm scared of the monsters in my closet. Please don't look at me crazy or act like I've lost it. They don't have purple spots and claws, and they don't growl or maul or make ruckus behind the door at the end of the hall. This closet is upstairs. It's honestly a lost cause to draw the awful image for you with decorated talks and long statements and clauses, but I refuse to stay scarred and appalled, so I'm about to give it my all and describe to you what I call monsters behind these eyeballs. My monsters look like the ones who took my innocence from me at 2319 and a few ages in between, but the blame was put on me because I dressed like I wanted to be seen, and I didn't cry for help or scream. I still thought I was the monster though. But if that was the case, then shouldn't they have been scared to play with me? There was never pity on my yelps and screams, and any time I expressed a need for help or spoke about my dreams, it was put that thing back where it came from, or so help me. My monsters look like the lonely overthinkers stuck in a world full of underthinkers. The ones that feel plagued because they peep the pop stars with platforms and politicians with pretty propaganda profiting off of the people who don't process these profound principles. My monsters look like the lonely overthinkers stuck in a world full of underthinkers. The ones that feel plagued because they peep the pop stars with platforms and politicians with pretty propaganda profiting off of the people who don't process these profound principles. And I may be preaching to the choir, but as my spirit ascends higher, I still want these elitists to choke. They look like the nightmare of an existence that we're told to enjoy and admire, but I know I can't build the life of my dreams that I truly desire if I stay woke. They look like the corporate white men liars that want artists' lives to be on fire but get scary feet at the thought of the smoke. They look like the guilty conscience that came from playing chess on some checkerboards, but I never spit a diss while the mic was out. See, I never cared enough to feed the local drama. The only motive besides a bigger stage and a better mic was house keys and to put on deserving artists I like without fees. They look like my peers that are jealous and green because they're so focused on the eye that they haven't found a team. My monsters look like the sweethearts that swept me away just to see that the seed of their soul was really sour. The ones who were quick to lack grace, but once their feet sat below my lace, the disgrace was all of a sudden from a higher power. You know, it's pretty easy to fear the monsters that shape or are draped in skulls, but their scaring skills ran dull when I met the ones with infectious laughs that made my heart feel full. It's almost like they don't even have a monster card to pull. They made me realize that the scariest monster of all is little girl Luck, who stares back at me in the mirror. I was always happy and transparent, but her short arms reached for optimism that was a lot near, with pretty pink pajamas and petite pigtails pinned on a head that's hairy, housing the hope of a happy home in this head one day. Her vision was always clearer. I have to succeed for the boohoo's in me. which is why I'm setting these monsters free. I can't let them hide my dreams on a high shelf or throw them in a chipper, you see. So instead of running from my demons, I learned that the key was to let my monsters be incorporated. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it so much, guys. And because I always forget and I force everybody else to do it, you guys can find me on Instagram at lucky.l33 and on Facebook at luckylee, spelled exactly like how it sounds. But without further ado, can we get into this open mic list, please? If that's cool, can I get a cool? Yeah, I said if that's cool, can I get a cool? Yeah, all right. So, first and foremost, I already know who it is on this list, but she actually took a little bit of a hiatus from us, but she is back, she is better, she is healthy. Please welcome Nancy up to the stage, everybody.
I'm gonna do a couple of pieces for y'all tonight, if that's cool. Say cool. Cool. As Lucky just said, listen. One of the last times I was up here, I said I had almost died. But God said, wait a minute, I want to take you through some more shit. I was on a respirator. It was bad. Like, I don't look like what I've been through.
And don't rewind.
I don't look like what I've been through. That's a testimony. So I'm going to do this one. It's not new, but it's new to y'all. Some of y'all.
New shit.
And it's called Ginger Ale, Saltines, and Granny's Couch. I remember one time when I was in elementary school, I woke up with that yellow-green gunk in my eye. But it wasn't that simple sleep in your eye. It was the worst case of conjunctivitis I had ever witnessed, or pseudo-witnessed, because I was blind in one eye. And I couldn't, for the life of me, figure out who had farted in my pillow. But this gunk-filled, infection-filled eye of mine got me a day on Granny's couch. A morning filled with Bob Barker and his beauties, followed by the local news before the aroma of Granny's Benson and Hedges and the squeak of her wheelchair wheels focused our attention on that man that should have been my granddaddy, Victor Newman's fine ass. Trying to figure out how bold and beautiful Brooke is and if she was going to marry the son, his daddy, or his brother. The world continues to turn as we were guided by Reva Lewis Spalding Lewis's light, and I would soak it all up, sponge-like. And even though there were, I'm sure, some prescribed antibiotics, the medicine for the day, ginger ale, a sleeve of saltines, and laying down. What I wouldn't give for Granny's place to soak up the sounds of a crisp, cold glass bottle of Pepsi as the carbonation danced the boogie electric over ice. To feel the magic conjured in the ginger-flavored fluid, to have Granny tell my mama that it was all right, that she could finally go to bed because mama had worked the night shift. What a space to be in, lulled by the long-lasting love that I still feel. Remembering that ginger ale, a saltine sleeve, and Granny's couch will heal a sin-sick soul and make the wounded whole. That's that piece, y'all. No, I ain't find out, Ty. I got some shit I just wrote like an hour ago. So Dave had challenged my sister to, I be writing these poems, and then she had challenged me, and I didn't feel like writing these poems, but I be writing these poems. I be writing these poems because the taste of death and depression sometimes still lingers on my lips, having lasted longer than I'd like. I be writing these poems to serve as praise, prayer hands pressed together, thanking God for the petitions of poets, prophets, and my peoples. I be writing these poems since I had to be placed into a prostrate posture to hear the voice of God, to breathe his words again. I be writing these poems so that I could onomatopoetically present the sound of the oxygen machine that saved my life. Loved
That was hard.
I be writing these poems to Onomata poetically present the sound of the oxygen machine that saved my life. Lub dub. Lub dub. Lub dub. It had a heartbeat, and it mimicked my own. So I be writing these poems to remind myself to breathe, of the life that God keeps giving me. It rests in my pen. It is my soul. So I be writing these poems to save it. That's that piece. So I don't typically remember poems, but this is one of my favorite poems. So I'm going to try to do this last one. It's like my SIG poem. So I'm going to try ever so hard, Nick Fury, to do this poem by heart. Okay? It's not my jam, but it's going to be great flavor tonight. Okay? That just came off the dome. That's because it was a bar. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. I'm setting a mood. It's called All Right. I masturbate words like 13-year-old boys watching their first porn. I mentally fuck them till they squirt dictionaries, one syllable at a time. I caress vocabulary, I dream in metaphors, I wake wet with similes, and I come hard with cacophonies of catastrophic chaos. I cheat on verse with rhyme, on now with time, and I suck every drop of meter from my pen, and I let it drop. That's that piece. You can find me at a couple places. My Instagram and my Cash App is my Instagram and my Cash App is Ms. Lady J, MZLADIJAY. My name is Nancy, NANCI. Mays on Facebook, and Nancy J. Mays the Poet on Facebook. I'm one of the dopest educators alive. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry, Soul, before Soul yells at me. As you can see, I have on my sweatshirt, I am part of Hit the Mic Cincy's team. I am their host for Hit the Mic Cincy. Our next one is March 28th at Oasis at Grace. Come be a part of the movement and the healing journey.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for your performance, Miss Nancy. We missed you. We missed you so much. Yeah, literally. All right, y'all. So the next open mic artist that I'm about to bring up to the stage, she is not new to this. She is very true to this. She's been around the scene for quite a while, and also she is an amazing published poet. Without further ado, please welcome Violetta up to the stage, everybody.
Thank you,
go.
poet.
Yes.
A published poet, 4 of them.
Yes.
One in Spanish.
I missed you guys. It's great to be back. Great to see y'all.
You too, girl.
I have recently reconceived my poetic practice as storytelling because it is the most effective way. You can write a short story, but usually you're not going to perform it. It's going to take a little while. So then you just write a poem, 3 minutes. That's all you need. Maybe 2, 1. And this next poem that I'm going to read is, I guess I will preface it by saying it. Who knows why? Lately I've been thinking about tyrants and the logic of terror. So this poem is going to be dedicated to every child who has ever been terrorized. Every child who's ever been beaten. And it is called, appropriately, The Runaway. The Runaway. The girl in the movie was so hard You could drop a whip on her so hard her skin screamed and tore at the seams, but she wouldn't squirm at the sight of blood, knowing the blood was part of the offering. The ritual was part of the dance. She held her breath every time he tried to make her cry, because she refused to let him see how hard he hurt her. And every time she closed her eyes to go to sleep, every belt in his room would rise and find her wherever she dreamed she was hiding. The metal buckle would slash the surface of her skin, and every time she'd felt brittle, she'd remind herself she'd better make herself hard. Damn hard, like the statues of fugitives she'd seen on the Gulf Coast. She'd only thought of herself as a ghost that forced herself to be unseen every time a hand would hover above her head, and she'd play dead like a possum freezing at the sound of any human footstep. And every step she placed on the ground was a misstep, no matter how hard she tried to get it right, how softly she tiptoed and made no noise, and not one boy in school ever noticed her creeping around in bushes while they were playing around in the yard. When she left the house for good, she was so sure someone would cheer and lead her on to lands unknown. After all she had done, she didn't know how come no one came to rejoice with the birth of her newfound freedom. And she wondered how come freedom didn't feel as free as she thought. She wondered how come freedom didn't feel as free as she thought. She had escaped his house, too scarred to feel lovely. Every welt, the repeatable proof that any inch that had ever been soft was crushed and crusted over so many times the skin became a shell she carried wherever she went. She took such pride in her thick tortoise skin, she didn't mind to put it to the test, and she would grind her teeth to powder every day before letting the mark of the blow be shown. No sound on her purple lips, no moan coming from her throat. She'd rather be caught dead on the scene than scream. She'd buried herself so many times she couldn't even come close to dream that she'd be mourned. She got so good at betraying herself, she wouldn't flinch when the people she loved refused to move towards her. For she was hard. She knew no one would ever come except to beat her. In all the words that poured out of her mouth, the stories Sherazade used to serenade the lovers who betrayed her, only to stay one more day alive, one more day alert, and running away from houses that melted and countries that burned were useless. To delay the fate that had been waiting for her in her oldest memories, in the stories her grandmother told her before she could even get properly old. She always knew none of her bones would be spared. That the hardest part of her body wasn't hard enough to withstand the blows of an enemy so large she couldn't even see him in her dreams. She couldn't hear him when he tiptoed into a room, and only her mouth would be able to move her lightning legs as sleep. And she knew not what strange spell could ever keep her from running and running away and away and again until she jumped out of her skin, and all the rage she had ever felt would melt, and none of the hate she still felt would rise to the surface in a boiling haze. Yes, she would melt, for even the hardest metal would yield. And she believed that the mark the love left was stronger than the mark any lash could ever leave.
Okay.
Yes, she believed that the love she dreamt was real. It was no dream. No matter how many houses were burning and how many countries declared that no child born on their soil did not belong. Because she knew that no matter how long she was chased, the mark love left was stronger than the mark of any lash. She'd find a place where she was allowed to exist, breathe, and be allowed to exist. She'd find a place where she was allowed to exist, breathe, and be allowed to exist in that sacred instant of peace. Thank you guys. Zita. So I should be promoting my book. Books, but the recent one. It's called.
You say the recent one,
It's called Atlas of an Ancient World, and the publisher is Black Lawrence Press. So if you go to the Black Lawrence Press page, you can find it. And my Instagram is Vletra, so Vletra. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much for that. All right, y'all. So the next poet that I have coming up to the stage, he's not new to this, very true to this. I just had the pleasure of meeting him actually at the last Wordplay Thursday that we did at Somerset, and he came up and completely stole the room. It was an incredible performance. So we did.
I missed it.
I'm trying to see who it is. I'm trying to guess.
Please welcome Brian up to the stage, everybody. Yeah.
Go ahead, poet. Do the one with the words.
Do the one with the words?
Yeah.
With metaphors and similes and alliteration and all that? I don't know what any of that means.
Do your best.
Not best. That's crazy. So the first memory of my father. It was a gargoyle sitting in the front seat of my mom's car. Picking me up from school after doing something stupid like a lot of 5-year-olds do, my father proceeded to give me the ass whooping of a lifetime. I ain't talking about a spanking. I'm talking about an ass whooping. One of those pick your switch type whoopings. One of those James the Father from Good Times type whoopings. You know that whooping in your childhood that just rewired your whole brain to associate pain with stupidity? That one. And maybe I'm exaggerating. But when a 6'4", 200-pound man claiming to be a father decides the proper greeting is to make sure you fear the day that he comes back, it tends to leave an impression. To this day, my father doesn't understand why he's the only man that I kind of fear. Why I still brace for impact every time we dap. Why I almost square up every time he comes in for a hug. Between the ages of 5 and 13, the proper greeting was always a right jab to the chest that was just always meant in jest. But when your father's a gargoyle, those hands are seismic. They crack the foundation of every relationship that is not stable. I was 18 the first time I lived with my father. We now look each other eye to eye, and I'm no longer scared. I'm just only conscious of the beast that lies dormant.
Okay.
You know, it only takes 5 months for the facade of our relationship to give way. After 5 therapy sessions, my father proceeds to badger me. Wants me to answer the questions he probably should have asked about 10 years ago. Wants to know why we aren't close. Wants to know why we don't talk. Wants to know why do my uncles get more love and respect than he does. Wants to know what do I call my mother every time I have a problem in his house. Like any... Never got no rewind on that. That's crazy.
Daddy issues are real.
Facts. It only takes five therapy sessions for the facade of our relationship to give way. My father proceeds to badger me. Wants me to answer the questions he probably should have asked about 10 years ago. Wants to know why we aren't close. Wants to know why we don't talk. Wants to know what do my uncles get more love and respect than he does. Wants to know what do I call my mother every time I have a problem in his house. Like anything put under too much pressure, I snap. I say the words that forever fracture our already fragile relationship. I say, I don't really know you. The look on his face was priceless. Do you have any idea how powerful you feel yelling at a mountain and it moves. Wow. How amazing it is to punch an immovable object and see it shatter. You know, I held on to that moment for too long. Not happy, but content that I had finally stared down the beast and did not flinch. Years later, my mother tells me that day I stabbed my father in the heart. And I thought to myself, was that my way of checking if he had one?
Rewind. I don't think they heard you on the side.
All right.
You have any idea how powerful you feel yelling at a mountain and it moves? How amazing it is to punch an immovable object and see it shatter. I held on to that moment for too long. Not happy, but content that I had finally stared down the beast and did not flinch. Years later, my mother tells me that day I stabbed my father in the heart. And I thought to myself, was that my way of checking if he had one? Or was it my poor attempt at masonry? Me trying to chisel a gargoyle into something that just wouldn't scare me. What I should have said was, I only know the beast, and I've never met the man. And there's nothing more frightening than an unknown animal left outside its cage. Say word.
I moved out my entire chair, man.
What's your name, woman?
Yep.
Brian Beecham.
Brian.
Appreciate it. See, I had no idea what I was gonna do for a second moment, so now I'm just thinking.
How you gonna follow that up?
I don't know.
I ain't going on stage.
Shouldn't be.
Glad I went first.
Everybody know what a poetry slam is, right?
Yes.
Yes, no, if you don't.
Absolutely.
The team walked in. Dope shit. Raise your hand if you don't know what a poetry slam is. I love that, because I definitely would have been the annoying person that raised their hand. That definitely would have been me. Okay, bet. That poem needs no preface then. I'm tired of summoning spirits of the damned. What I mean is, I'm sick of writing about Trayvon, Sean, Sandra, Eric, like they aren't people, but props that I can't be disqualified for.
Okay, rewind.
Jesus Christ, it's the first stanza. It's the first stanza.
But you heard her say it.
Thank you.
Double character.
Oh my God.
Because I'm tired too.
I'm tired of summoning spirits of the damned. What I mean is, I'm sick of writing about Trayvon, Sean, Sandra, Eric, like they aren't people, but props that I can't be disqualified for. I'm tired of making beautiful tapestries out of dead bodies. Bodies that are only known as beautiful when they are in poems, songs, and hashtags. Bodies that seem to only ever matter when they are followed by riots, protests, and burning buildings. I'm tired of explaining why I'm not upset at seeing burning buildings. Like I haven't seen strange fruit burnt to the core. Like I haven't seen West Philly burst into flames. Like I didn't know Rosewood was flammable. I'm tired of being reminded that I have to be better than affirmative action. As if I don't know melanin is a rare element they won't return to the earth. As if I don't know I'm an endangered species. I'm tired of explaining why I'm an endangered species. That I'm young, gifted, and black. Like the media hasn't painted a target on my chest. Like Texas isn't trying to rewrite my history. Like Flint wasn't America's newest attempt at genocide. I'm tired of pretending I'm okay. Like me and my guardian angel have ever not been on a first name basis. Like I don't know how smooth metal feels across my skin. I'm tired of the pain in the world equaling applause on stage, the pain in my life equaling applause on stage. I am so tired of writing about my failed relationships. Like I expected them to last. Bouncing back from being rebounds. Like I don't have daddy issues. Like I'll be okay, y'all. Let me finish writing the poem. I'm exhausted. From fighting the same demons over and over. From fencing off nightmares, shielding myself with paper, I've grown so leery. of trusting anyone who tells me they enjoy my show, because I don't know what you'll do with a piece of my soul that I just sold, but I can't win if I write about how my grandmother's fried chicken was ambrosia from the gods. Or how Saturday morning cartoons combined with Saturday afternoons at Rockwood Park were the best days of my life. So here I am again, proceeding to memorialize deplorable acts. Things so atrocious they should never be spoken of again for what? A score. I have a problem. I'm obsessed. I have to be the best, but being the best here, it means slitting your wrist every time you pick up a pen, using blood as ink, trying to find that perfect mixture between truth and hyperbole for a moment of applause. A second of recognition, just for someone to tell me I won't fade out of existence the moment I step out of this spotlight, but I kind of already know I will. After the next poet, after the next round, after the next 29.5, which is why I just keep coming back. Why I keep embracing this torture, why I keep writing slam poems, you know? I've yet to find that recipe in life that allows me to exist without hearing judges. Your score for Brian is, say word? Word! Once again, my name is Brian Beecham. Like I said, I recently moved out here from Richmond, Virginia. Been out here since like August. Like I said, I don't really consider myself like a poet. I feel like I'm a part-time poet.
Liar! Permanent residency somewhere.
No, poetry has definitely been a big part of my life in the last 10 years. It has definitely become one of my many passions. But like I said, I definitely came out here to follow my dream of being a college basketball coach, which I have officially done. I actually just finished my first season. So like, it's always fun to be able to come back and step back into these spaces because I haven't really been able to get out on the scene like I want to since I moved out here. So I appreciate y'all. You can follow me on Instagram, only one Beecham, only the number one BEECHAUM. You can just look up Brian.
Time for the slow people.
Only the number one Beecham, BEECHAUM, or you can just type my name in, Brian Beecham. I'm the only one that's gonna pop up. So if they ever come looking for me, they will find me. It's not gonna be difficult. But thank y'all, man. Y'all have a great night.
That was beautiful. Thank you so much. That last one especially, that was for sure a poet's poem. That was some shit. Thank you so much. All right, y'all. Speaking of slam poets, the next poet that I'm about to bring up to the stage is not only a very well-known slam poet in the area, he's actually one of DPS's very own. Please welcome Just Dave up to the stage, everybody.
Hello. How you doing?
Just Dave.
I'm still in my head trying to figure out what poem I'm gonna do.
I got a request.
The word.
The church one?
Yeah.
I had that in my head too. All right. My name's, I go by Dave or just Dave. I'll try and do my socials now because I don't like sticking around after. If you want to find me on anything, Instagram 820 Media. Just spell it out in words. 820 Media. Facebook, my name David Oxner, and YouTube 820 Media as well. And I always want to say thank you for these rooms. Every single time I get up here, it's just, hey, dude, I can see you again. Just very grateful that you guys come and support. So I'm gonna do a couple pieces tonight. The first one, I actually want to do some new shit. I like to do the new ones to get the jitters out. Challenge myself. This one is
Can't smell it right now.
yeah. So I logged on Facebook one day, and I never respond to any challenges of any kind. But Nick challenged me to do I'll be writing these poems. So I was literally writing when he did it. So I was like, fuck it, let's try it.
What you do?
So I wrote it, and then I challenged everybody and let them perform theirs before I did mine. But it's pretty short, but I want to do it just because I kind of like it.
Let's go. That's why you've been writing these poems.
Why I've been writing these poems? I just be talking shit. I don't be knowing. That just helped me with the title, to be honest. All right. And some days, it's hard to tell the difference from when I'm reading these songs and writing these poems. The Quran is confusing, said the confused Palestinian soldier with a smirk on his face as he emptied his last clip on the Gaza Strip. Drums sounding like bongo, barricades bouncing off brass materials like the gold medals God gifted us in Congo. See, if my mouth open, I'm gonna talk about it. My heart open, I start writing these poems, and I start feeling my own shit so much I start singing these songs. Little black submarines, operator, please put me back on the line. I told my girl I'd be back, operator, please. This is wrecking my mind. Speaking of the divinity and time, I can't tell if mine is just starting or running out. It's like I'm stuck on yellow or the center of a circle or that unknown place that Stefan get lost in every time he transforming back into Urkel. I was never really that normal. I got a gorilla chest on a baby fox eating ox, listening to ox tell me stories about his grandmother teaching him how to cook oxtail. I get information from everywhere. My mind's spinning and thoughts start pinging like satellite cell towers. They say too much information is overload. But here comes a bipolar explosion of some poetic dopamine, serving music fiends at the same time. I breathe rhymes, I sing songs, I read songs, and goddamn it, I be writing these poems. As y'all can see, I had to close my eyes to remember that one. We got that. This next piece is it's not new anymore. I done performed it a couple times, but I kind of like it. But it's dedicated for rooms like this. It's a lot of poets in here, a lot of artists in here, and I listen to the stories that y'all usually tell before y'all start, and it makes me realize how important this stage is. So I wrote this piece. It's called "The Poet," and it's dedicated to the poets. For the sanctity of the followers of Socrates, I found myself refusing to settle for mediocrity. See, I'm the soul inside the voices you forgot about. I speak for the downtrodden with the rising phoenix syndrome. I've seen cathedrals built in Rome by the children of broken homes. Now we shaking centuries of shackles, political mind fucks, media training, brain waves and frequencies is changing. This shit is getting scarier than Freddie Jason. But I'm a Malcolm Martin, Garvey, Nipsey gypsy. I get rewound in different spots each time. So I'm gonna start from the top. For the sanctity of the followers of Socrates, I found myself refusing to settle for mediocrity. I'm the soul inside the voices you forgot about. I speak for the downtrodden with the rising phoenix syndrome. I've seen cathedrals built in Rome by the children of broken homes. Now we shaking centuries of shackles, political mind fucks, media training, brain waves and frequencies is changing. This shit is getting scarier than Freddie Jason. But I'm a Malcolm Martin, Garvey, Nipsey gypsy. I'm here to take the land back that the coffee comes from. We done with Starbucks. The poet is the poet trying to remind you it's gonna take more than a Starbucks to save you from all the consequences that an unaligned spirit will get you. Whether you are Sean Diddy Combs, Harvey Weinstein, Donald Trump, a Catholic Pope, shit, even Moses was a murderer. But the breath of life means the Red Seas are in front of you. Pay attention to the poets because we are the prophets. We are the conscience of a people. Small rocks and big soil. Dark, ugly, muddy word slingers scratching truth with our fingernails. Hand swipes that'll sprinkle new thoughts in your mind. Magician shit. Alchemy. Reiki teaching, heat-seeking word missiles with the answers to the shit you're gonna hear next. Safe sex. The poet. We fuck up old thought patterns. That's why I stayed inside my speaker box. Because I knew this gift would eventually require me to speak this truth or box. And I'm not talking Tyson Paul or Tyson Todd. I'm talking about my purpose-filled match with God. This stage is sacred. Yeah. Did you know lives get saved up here? Yeah. Voices get raised. Little black birds get uncaged up here. Let's go. Fear loses motion. Is hoes getting chosen? Yeah. Oh yeah, hearts getting frozen on this stage here, baby. I done seen it, Ty. You show up filled with emotion and burst into a lyrical explosion. Oh yeah. Alliteration getting obliterated on this stage here, baby. Banging bebops on back streets, beating battles and rambling about it. I doubt that'll go under your conscience, but if you overstand, you'll never underestimate this stage here, baby. We are the blood spill that made the dirt red, that made the oak brown, that made the tree tall so you could chop it down. So I frown thee who doubt me because I'm from him and he made me a mirror. So if I catch you hating on me, I know you just mad at your motherfucking self.
We walk with hate. You can hate so good.
Back to the hoes.
We are the blood spill that made the dirt red, that made the oak brown, that made the tree tall so you could chop it down. So I frown thee who doubt me because I'm from him and he made me a mirror. So if I catch you hating on me, I know you just mad at your motherfucking self. You think I stand up here and do this for my motherfucking health? Watch y'all grab darts off your motherfucking shelf, load up all your insecurities and try and use me for projection target practice? Oh no, not me, my friend. I Santiago, me turn into the wind, swooping through versions of you haven't met yet. Then return to the now and shout your future to you through this microphone. See, I'm that broken home that broken homes, taking the I need to have it for my needle habits. I'm heaven sent and crack bent. I'm a fentanyl infused heroin survivor that thrives under heated water. I'm rock solid. Toledo Jeep built Ford fucking tough. So when I prophesize to you enough is enough, enough. If you're not building, you destroying. I'm done wrestling with the rest of you. This ain't my gift. This stage is a vessel for the poets. That's that piece.
That's how you walk off, ladies and gentlemen. In case y'all need to take some notes, that's a walk off right there. That was it, literally. And he got it, literally. Beautiful. Thank you, Dave. That was incredible. All right, y'all. So I've got a handful more poets before we get into our feature, Ms. Zeta Stew for the night. But the next poet I'm about to bring up to the stage, again, if you've been here to a Wordplay Thursday or Poetic Vogue, you have definitely seen this face before. He gets up here and he shows love and he shows out every single time. Without further ado, please welcome Tate Davis up to the stage, everybody.
What do I want to do first? I know. New shit first? New shit? New shit! Sometimes you smell it.
Right.
Niggas been gone. It just still don't feel the same.
It just don't feel the same.
All right, let's try it again.
New shit!
You can smell it!
Yeah! Alright, cool. I needed that actually. I love y'all. It's Dave's fault that everybody been writing these poems, by the way.
Right. What you been writing?
I've been writing these poems.
Go ahead.
Building. Literary architecture for your brain. For your brain's prefrontal cortex. Synapses firing with intent to kill. Excuse me while my black mind makes you ill. I've been writing these poems. No, motherfucker, you don't know me. As rude as that may seem, it's just a repugnant repression for your imbecilic assumptions on who I am to be. Good thing I figured that out a while back, that only I can define. I've been writing these poems. My conversation is my warm embrace. It's an all-capsulating conundrum of intellectual consciousness and contraband. Words protecting pure poetic prophets. I've mastered my own voodoo. It took shadow work to see the Hold on.
Get
Yeah,
time.
they need to hear that line. Take your time with that shit right there, because they need to hear that one.
Listen to your
They don't know it, but I do. Listen to you.
Words protecting pure poetic prophets. I've mastered my own voodoo. It took shadow work to see the lightning.
Rewind. Rewind.
It took shadow work to see the lightning. Without that balance, I knew I'd never be free. This is a sweet reminder. This is my sweet reminder that there is nobody else I'd rather be, because I've been writing these poems. Can I do two more?
I can dig it.
I got you on one more. I got you on one more, boss.
All right, fuck it, then I'm gonna do the one these right.
We got full list, man.
I know. I wanted y'all to have a full list.
Shit, it's Thursday.
Oh,
You
you
know
gonna
how it
have Thursday, damn it. Anywho,
go. You know how it go.
Now they call us all out.
I'm cool with that. I like that.
Yeah, take the jacket off.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
Post-nut clarity.
Say it with your chest.
It do sometimes, right? I tend to give the best parts of me to the worst women.
Yeah. Rewind.
I tend to give the best parts of me to the worst women. I tend to,
Take your
damn.
time for it.
It's been a long ass week.
That's okay.
I think the universe was saying say it with your chest.
Oh,
Try it again.
I'm sorry.
Try it again.
Start from the top.
Like you mean it.
Get out of that defensive pose and talk to us.
Yeah.
Tell us I see you got the lines going on, but come on, let's talk to us.
This is a release poem, man. Release.
You said you tend to do what?
I said, y'all get on my nerves in all the best ways.
Pull it up and have it out just in case you need it.
I don't know. Right. You the feature boy, I'm listening to you for a bit.
She said, but I didn't understand.
I have a tendency to give the best parts of me to the worst women.
Yeah.
I tend to see the red flags as carnival attractions, admiring the potential behind the narcissist, constantly trying to give a universal love to somebody that couldn't imagine giving up the worst of them for a better us. Due to my upbringing, I've always given this love thing real effort, but the world today has truly got me stuck. Everybody I seem to run into can't seem to keep their lives in check, but expect me to spend a check in hopes to fuck. Well, good luck with the masses, miss. Oh, that's just my ex. I mean, Miss Lady with the standards of a woman, but the morals of a prostitute.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Unfortunately, you can't pimp me with your empty words disguised as love. I'm not one of these pick-me boys. I did not come here to play who's got next. I've been walking around post-nut clarity and I ain't had no sex.
Yeah.
Intellectual flex.
Damn it, Nancy.
Man, speak.
It's an intellectual flex.
Yeah.
I've become an emotional marauder. Stuck in a generation of the almighty dollar seeking revenue too rich to be monetized. But only realize can realize such a simple concept to be a real prize. One 4-letter word with a million definitions. LOVE, the only thing that could possibly feed me, as I try not to falter to the greedy. Post-nut clarity without contact may truly be the end of me, for it's forced me to see clearly in a world full of cloudy intentions and hidden jealousies. Post-nut clarity to clear up the nonsensical chicanery. Fortunately for me, luckily for me, I'll never have to regret the way my parents raised me.
Yeah.
No rose-colored lenses. I can spot a floozy from a mile away. Okay. She's the whole professional, but somehow I'm sassy for seeing straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Post-nut clarity. God damn it. Today.
Take your time.
Post-nut clarity. God damn it, God damn it.
That's all right, man. I'm proud of you today.
And I'm at the end, that's crazy.
You almost made it. You got closer.
Post-nut clarity without a climax truly blows me away. But I'll never trade it for a manipulator sandwich with a crippling need to stray. I dream post-nut clarity can show all the lost souls their way. I won't ask y'all for too much more of y'all time, but I will ask y'all for post-nut clarity for all my niggas one day.
Where can I find you?
Oh damn, I was about to leave. Oh, my Instagram is wearte, like we.r.tay, like you putting in the website. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night.
All right, y'all. If y'all are in the building with me, can I get a yeah? If you're here in the building with me having a good time, can I get an all right? Okay, that was good enough for me. I like that. That was cute. I had a little twang to it. Y'all went all right. That was sweet. Okay, so I got a couple more artists, like I said, and then around 10:30ish, we're gonna have Zeta Stu take the stage as our featured performer for the night. But actually, the next poet that I'm about to bring up to the stage is a beacon in the local Cincinnati poetry community. Not only was she one of my first ever hosts, she is an incredible poet herself. She is an amazing performer. So without further ado, please welcome Bad, aka Be a Difference, to the stage, everybody.
Alright, you know, I slid in, got off work, and decided to come holler at y'all. If you in this place, can I get a cool? Cool. If you in this piece, can I get a cool? Cool. Alright, over here, can I get a cool? Cool. Temperature. If you done seen me before, make some noise. Woo! If you ain't seen me before, make some noise. Woo! Don't fucking lie, Ty. Alright, I appreciate that. That's still enough for me because people say like, well, why? Because I got some new shit, but when it comes to, I know, but y'all not gonna hear. See, yeah, y'all ain't gonna hear it until I feature or do it like me when I do long stuff. So now y'all gonna hear the stuff that you know what you're gonna hear. Anyway, but if you ain't seen me before, you don't know what you're gonna hear. Anyway, real quick, because like I'm gonna say this real quick and I'm gonna get into it and get out your hair, okay, Lucky? But I be wanting to be like a motivational speaker. Yeah, that's like my dream job, right? All right, so I thought about this in general, all right? So I get on a lot of planes, and they always say, like, put your mask on before assisting others. So I want to leave y'all with that. Put your mask on before assisting others. That means make sure you straight before you try to pour in somebody else's cup. All right? Okay. All right. And the second thing, oxygen is flowing even if it doesn't inflate. So that means even if you don't see the progress of the steps you making, just know you still building that picture. Yeah? Yeah. All right. I just want to leave y'all with that. All right. It's Women's Month, y'all. Yeah. It's Women's Month. Hey, yo, Fury, you got this motherfucking mic bunking.
Man.
Shout out to Lucky. Shout out to Alice. Shout out to all y'all for being here because y'all could have been anywhere else. For real. For real. Thank y'all. If you ever loved a woman, say woman. Woman. If you are a woman, say woman. Woman. That works for me. And on 3, we gonna say woman. 1, 2, 3. Woman. Decent enough. I'm gonna wake y'all up. It's fine. Woman. Stacked woman. Keep things on track, woman. As a matter of fact, there's nothing that you lack, woman. And I won't get to fronting. From my experience, you taste better when you're black, woman. So mentally stacked, always adding, never subtract. Who told you to pick up the slack? See, you can lead and defend the pack. And in the wild, we do the hunting. And yet, you're continuously replenishing me with that nurturing energy. Hold strong, no collapse. See, perhaps, woman, I'm mesmerized by that beauty and that muscle, that hustle and that bustle. How do you flourish through a struggle? Remember all those trials? Forcing all those smiles? Yeah. See, it doesn't matter because no matter how hurt from the dirt, strength grows. Mm-hmm. And if you didn't know, We all started as female embryo.
Yeah.
Also, your God's a woman. Your mom's a woman. Whether that's your man or you ashamed, you came from that woman. Now, woman, I want to let you know, a creature with your features in your presence, I'm short of nothing and less. Yes. And in your DNA arrange success. So when you're feeling useless, never fret and that face gets wet. Woman, never forget, you are perfect.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Somebody gonna get it. That's all right, soul. It's fine.
Who needed to hear that?
Listen, exactly. Somebody caught it who did. Woman, never forget, when that face gets wet, never forget. Don't fret. Woman, remember, you are